I don't want this video to stop you from visiting capital of Ecuador, but there's definitely something to be prepared for. And let me share my piece of advice and experience. Because I visited Quito for 3 days, and I gotta say, it's a unique and really beautiful city. And there are many things to see around, which I will share in the future video, so make sure to subscribe. But right now, I want to share with you my personal opinion whether it's safe to visit Quito or not. It is one of the most popular articles on my website, so I decided to share my video and my experience, because it seems to be a big concern for many people. Indeed, there are some things to be concerned about. Let me share some things that happened with me within 3 days of visiting this city. So, thing number one, what I highly wouldn't recommend you to do is renting Airbnb. You know how Airbnb has this vibe like, get the authenticity of the city, blah blah blah, and probably you don't want this in Ecuador, specifically in Quito. We rented really nice suite in an old historical neighborhood of Ecuador. But on our second day, somebody tried to break into at about 3 or 4 a.m. It was quite a scary experience. I was so close to call the police. In fact, the Airbnb room had the huge poster with the police number. The good thing, there were so many stainless steel doors, so the guy wasn't able to break into. But again, it's not something that you want to experience on your second day visiting a new country. So what would I recommend you to do? Instead of renting Airbnb, just book the hotel. It's well secured and you feel safe. Number two, on our first day, we were looking for local SIM cards and we stopped by in a local pharmacy and we picked the SIM cards. However, there was no connections at the pharmacy. So I basically pulled out my hand on the exit, tried to catch the signal, and the guy who sold me SIM card said, no, don't do it. He said, somebody can easily take your iPhone and steal it. And he warned me to be extra cautious while walking on the streets and taking photos. And when the local person tells you that, it means something. Finally, number three. Usually, my wife and I, when we explore new cities, we usually have a short list of the places we want to visit, but we also just walking around the city, trying to see every corner, just simply explore as a resident. Not about Quito, because you may walk into bad neighborhood. So while we were walking, there were less and less people, less and less crowds. So we were getting into local neighborhoods. And in one block, we saw a guy who was throwing knives into the cars. And then he spotted us. He picked up the knife and started going towards us. So we ran all the way back in the crowds. So this is basically what happened with us within only 3 days. But again, it doesn't mean you don't have to visit Quito. It's a really beautiful city. It's so historical and it's so unique. It's on such high altitude and there are some safe places to visit as well. My point of this video, not to stop you from visiting Quito. Just be prepared for some stuff and just follow some piece of advice based on my experience. First, probably do not rent Airbnb and just book the hotel. Number two, when you're taking pictures and stuff, be extra cautious. Maybe travel belt might be a good idea, and when you have a camera in your hands, maybe just simply look around so nobody is targeting you and hold the camera sturdy. And number three, probably do not freely explore the city, but first do a short list of the best places to visit. I will cover all these places in the future videos. Not to mention, we're talking about only specific parts of Quito. I stayed in old historical town, which is probably not the best neighborhood. There are some better neighborhoods available. Also, if you're still scared to walk around the city, there are many really nice day trips from Quito that you can make. For example, Quilato Lake or Cotopaxi. And these places are completely safe. Also, if you would like to support my channel, I will share some affiliate links to booking.com where you can book your hotels if you decide to book the hotel, and also a few guided tours to Viator. Many people find it way safer option to get a guided tour in Quito with a local guide. And usually these guys just drive you around the city, show you places, and they know good and bad neighborhoods. So might be a good idea. I will share some of the links in the description as well. So once again, I hope this video was quite helpful for people who decide whether they want to visit Quito or not, and now you're prepared a little bit more. I share slightly more details in my article at my trip to Ecuador, link in the description, so make sure to check this out and subscribe to this channel as I will share more details about our trip to Ecuador, or you can simply check our full guide of 15-day trip in Ecuador. Thanks for watching and happy travels!